Yes, Dr. Veena. Yeah.
Good evening, participants. At another session from our very own Suresh Kumar sir on online safety of children during this COVID time. I hope we don't need a special introduction for Suresh Kumar sir, yet he is assistant professor in the Department of Psychology from the American College, Madurai. Suresh Kumar sir, can you please go ahead with the session?
Thank you, Dr. Veena, for the welcome and introducing me. It's like a self-intro.
Sir has to give the instructions.
Yes.
Krishnan sir, instructions please.
Before the session, I would like to give a few instructions for the participants. Keep the mic on mute mode and remain so throughout the session until during the question and answer session. You can unmute when your name is called so that you can give your question. So the research person will answer it. And please use the raise hand option so that you'll be queued and you will be called by Dr. Veena. Please keep the questions ready so that the time is not wasted in framing the question at the time of asking. And you can write your questions and your feedback to our mail ID, mywebinarfeedback@gmail.com. Please keep the videos on. You can. So if you are there, please follow some online etiquette so that others also feel comfortable and safe. Thank you so much. Suresh Kumar, over to you.
Yes, thank you. Very good evening, one and all. First, I would like to say why today it is a presentation of mine. Earlier, I had one presentation on positive parenting. On that day, we were fixed a resource person. He said that he postponed the session. Due to that, I was presented. But today, this presentation I was prepared a long time back for another webinar. And I thought to give some information related to online safety. Once, when I was searching content for online safety, why many people, resource persons, are not willing to take this topic. And I found that there are very few materials and there is no adequate scientific strategies for handling that online addictions. So due to that, there are many experts where they said that, can you postpone one more week, another week, another week. Then I thought of it. Why don't you do a research on that and why don't give some inputs on the topic? That is the thing that motivates me to take this topic. And most of the content today I'm going to present here is a presentation done by UNICEF long back, not now. It was done by UNICEF long back. And one more thing, yesterday we may, I don't know how many of you gone through the news regarding that in online safety. Indian government announced that there is some safety guidelines for NCERT school students. The CBSE syllabus student, they given that a dedicated material for online safety. And there are many online security organizations are there in the world. One of the leading organizations, as per my knowledge, is Kaspersky. Kaspersky done a research on that during this pandemic period. There will be a lot of online security threat will be there for all the individuals in the world. And there are many people, they doesn't know how to use this online platform properly. That is the reason we are going to be pray for that, for people looking for looting money from us. There are many things I can say. I'm going to begin my session with facts about online security. Then I'm going into that. What are the security measures can be taken by the parents, a teacher, as an individual we are using online platform? What are the security measures we can take? And here, I think one of the interesting facts is that among 3 persons, 1 person is using internet is on children, not gadget without internet. They are using internet. One among the 3 members is on children. Those are using internet. I think you know that how many people around the world are using internet. As per around 800 crores people are there, 800 plus but you can see that almost all the countries are having the facility of using internet. Even developing countries are having. You can best example is in India. In India, we are having abundantly, we are using that internet facilities. And the use of the children between the age group 3 to 4 years, it is doubled when compared to 2010 and 2015 and come to the 2020. Every time there is an increase in the number of children using the gadgets as well as internet facilities. And another important fact is that there is a huge growth is there in that online usage. And there is a huge, after Geo, you can see that every person having at least 2 internet connections, 2 connections, 1 in them 2 GB every day they are getting minimum of internet connection. And some of them they are well to do, they are having the postpaid connection also, they are using more data in day-to-day life. And here there are one statistic saying that 70% of them are having that cell phones, mobile phones, and 64% are having the tablet, and 48% of them are having computers in the bedroom. And you see among these available materials, only one place you can see the 2% decreased in the computer use in the bedroom. The children are using these gadgets in the bedroom. They are using the computer 46%, but available computers in the bedroom are 48%. Only 2% are declined. But when compared to other devices, those they can able to handle with the hand. They can use with their hand. They are using exactly what the percentage available in the bedroom. And one more thing, the children are using chatting. They are very fond of chatting with other people. And they found that 40% of children are chatting strangers. They don't know anything about them, and they are chatting with them. And 53% of the children, they are revealing their phone numbers to the strangers. 53%. If they ask, can you give me your number? Immediately they will send the number, without knowing what the purpose they are asking. And 15% try to make the strangers, even those are connected with social media, the children and the adolescents are trying to meet that, they want to take a risk and they want to meet our strangers. Among those, and 6% of them are using internet, are revealing their home addresses to the strangers. They ask, can you give me your home address? They will give the address. 6% among the 100%. And here there is a question asked among the parents. Do you talk to your children about what they are using the gadget for online purpose? The 43% of the parents say that yes, on regular basis. The parents are saying that we are checking on regular basis. And 39% told in that survey that yes, from time to time. Now we won't check frequently what they are using in that internet. And 10% said no, I don't want to check what is there in that, what they are browsing, what they are studying. And 4% said no, I would like to, but I don't feel comfortable. Now they said no. And 4% no, I would like to, but my children won't let me in. Even they wish to, when you show me what you are searching it, the children are not allowing them to show what the content are posting. And we go to the next. I think this is one of the leading magazine in India, PC World. They conducted a survey. They found that 76 parents have some concern for children's online safety. Among 100 parents, only 3/4 of parents are having the concern about children's safety. And 51% of them are being significant to major concerns. Major concerns. And they want to see who is their friends, what they are doing in that online, whether they are using it properly or not. These were 50%, and remaining 49%, they are not looking into what their children are searching in the online platform. And here you can see among that 100%, 20% said that no concern about what they are doing, and 25 minor concern about it. And 24% they said that significant concern about what they are posting in that online. And 27 said only 27. That means 1/4 of people were concerned of major concerns. And they looked at all the components, security components of the children, what they are using the internet. And here you can see that this study was conducted by Stanford University, leading universities in social science research. They found that whatever the data we are entering in our social media or email addresses, which were collected and then which were sold to somebody else. all the information, your name, your date of birth, all the information were collected. And if you search something in some website, and then those information were collected, and it will be shared to the company those are looking for the client. Even if you like it or not, your informations are taken by somebody else and it is sold to somebody else. And there is an 10 o'clock. There are many parents are not having what they are doing with their children. I think everyone going to the bed, and that time they are not looking into what the children are doing. In 2009, only 70% were concerned about the children's what they are using in their mobile phone. In 2010 and 2011, there is an increase, 95%. And 5% of parents, they are not having any idea about what the children are doing in online, 5%. But 95% they are having. But when you look into that, when you ask the children, can you able to cheat your parents? They said yes. And they said that 17% of the children informed in the survey that my parents are not aware about it, the security features and what is the component I'm doing it. And another thing, what is the common problem in India in getting into that online? Watching inappropriate and explicit violent videos. And I recently, I had a problem. I encountered, I can see, I witnessed one of the incident in my family. My son used some bad word, and my teachers were, his teachers were complained, and then I asked him, where you learned? And I come to know that the TikTok videos, through that he learned those words and then he used. And clicking potential harmful third-party advertisements. When you go into that some videos, when you search it, some pop-up window, pop-up ad will come there, and then whatever the earlier content you search, it will come there. And it will stimulate you to look into that. When you click it, then your that is a phishing site. All the information which is there in your computer will be taken by the fraudulent person. And the exposure to that dangerous content. It's threatening. There are many, I think 2-3 years back, I think so. Blueberry games, Momo games. There are many threatening games were very predominant in social online. The children are knowingly, unknowingly, they are fell into that, and then there are many instances where we have witnessed in India. Okay, and we will go to that some other facts about internet use. This data is available only with US, but I can say that there is no much difference in US and India. It may be lesser than few percentage, but we can say that this is the common thing in India also. 97%. Under 4 years, children are using mobile phones, and they are using multiple devices, not only one device, they are using multiple devices. And 37% of 3 to 4 years old, they browse website. See, 3 to 4 years children are browsing in a website. They are playing games, and they are downloading the games and then installing and then playing. Not only single hours, multiple hours they are spending in online. And 1 year children are 1 year old children are exposed to tablets. 20% of 1 year old children. The children are great. The parents will give the gadgets what they are having with them, and then they show it to the children. And 28% of 2 years old don't need help of using mobile devices. See, my father is on around 58 or 60 years. He doesn't know how to use a mobile phone. But I can say that my younger child, 4 years old, he can use all the components. He will go and unlock, and then he will browse and then download, install, and then watch movies and do everything. See, he's a 4 years, but now there is an improved, even 2 years old can access all the mobile devices, and then they can access all the content. And we'll see some of the threats to the teens when they use online social media. One is 70% of teens have felt scared because they are uncomfortable after contacting from unknown person. For example, if they receive a message in a messenger, they are not comfortable. And if they receive a friend request from the unknown person, 17% they felt that they are uncomfortable. And 30% teens have seen inappropriate online ads. When they are Googling, when they are spending time with social media, there are unwanted advertisements are there, pop-up ads are there in that platform. And 39% of children they admitted that yes, we lied to our parents. We used there are some websites were blocked in India, but we accessed it. See, 39%. I can say that this number may increase in following year. They know that the tricks. There are one person who knows that how to crack that, how we can access the blocked websites. They know that secretly how they can get into those content. And when the children are crying, 85% of mothers were admitted that yes, when we were occupied, we would like to give our give gadgets to the children, even it may be mobile, computer, or laptop. And when there is a survey conducted in that, they found that availability of technology devices, households, 97% of houses had at least a television, and 83% they had a tablets, and 77% of family members they had a smartphones, and 56% video consoles. That means video recorders, video games. 58% they are having the computers, and 59% they are having the access to the internet. And now even the Geo, after the Geo get into that field, I can say that this number may be increased in India when compared to US. The US population is 1/3 of Indian population. We know that they are having more internet users than anybody else in the world after China. And there is one more fact is here: how many teens are use social media and what they are using. And as I told, these data is related to years, but we can correlate with the Indian data also. 71% of teens use more than one social site. They may have the account in Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn or Google Plus. There are many applications, Tinder, Tumblr. When you ask them, they will name it lot. But when you ask the person about 35 plus, they may name it one or two. Even they may have only one account, they use that account occasionally. And the most popular networks are here are Facebook. And once my student came to me, and then I asked him, why I've not found any account, your account in Facebook. He told me that we know that only aged people will be there in the Facebook. So we, as a teen, the 2K children, we used to go for Instagram and other applications. Because whatever we do, my parents will be there, my uncles will be there in the Facebook, they will note it down and then they will inform to my parents. That is why we are not using those things. So this information I got it from one of the students. And 13% of them are told that they are using Instagram. And Google Plus also used.
What, man? See, I told you to start.
Yes. I think my friend is talking to his friend. And there is many parents are complaining. I think you can see that the time spent by your children on social media in a day. See, 8 to 12 years old children are spending at least an average of 6 hours per day. 6 hours. Out of 24 hours, they are spending 1/4 of time for social media. And 9 hours, those aged between 13 years and 18 years are spending around 9 hours in a day. 9 hours. The children are mostly, that's why they are not having that life skills. WHO insisted we have to develop life skills.
Sir,
yes.
A little bit louder. Many are complaining audio is not.
Yeah, okay.
A little bit louder, sir.
Thank you, Veena. I think, am I audible now? Yes. And here we can see that among the genders, what is the popular social media among the genders? Girls prefer for Instagram rather than the Facebook. And when you the video games, boys are more prefer for video games than girls. So these are another data. And here you can see that there are a lot of complaints regarding that online bullying, online harassment, online threats received by the children, and which were reported in the child helpline number. And there is a spike in the number of online pornography, internet pornography. There is I can say that after the lockdown were announced, there are many countries found that there is a spike in the use of pornography websites around the world. That is why it is a need of the hour. We have to teach the children that safety, internet safety to the children. And here is the statistics, what children are doing in online. Here you can see 62% of teens sharing pictures themselves between the members and share the real age. 50% are saying that the real age. And 45% share the school name and location, where they are from, what they are doing, which school they are pursuing. And 41% share the city and where they are living in. And 26% hijack another kid's profile without their permission. I think we all know that children, we use the simple password to remember, and these teenage children are hijacking that others profile and they are using it. And 23% are saying that they are using online platform for online dating. Online dating is very common nowadays. And 22% of teens log onto social media more than 10 times in a day. More than, for example, they use it for 1 hour, keep it down, and then they will go and play, they'll come back again, they will use it. 22% of 11 to 16 years old have met someone they befriended online. And 21% of kids posted negative comments starting at age 11. See, at the age 11, they are getting that negative comments. There are psychologists are saying that neuro NLP also saying that when you use the positive word, you will be positive. When you see around the negative things, then we also exposed to that, then we try to use it. So the teenagers and risk-taking age, they wish to use filthy words in social media. That is why we can see that the kids, the teenage children are using unnecessary words in the online platform. That is why in the beginning of the session, Mr. Krishnan told that online etiquette. How we have to behave in an online platform. For example, if you are going into the temple, how we will behave. Likewise, if you are in the online platform, how we have to behave. That is a skill we have to learn it. And another one is 16% share videos of friends. Without their consent, they will share their video, their photos. And 14% are admitted that they are sharing the phone numbers to strangers and the videos of themselves. They will take the videos. I think TikTok is very popular in India. There are many politicians and many of the social activists are saying that it must be banned in India. And there are some of the judicial members were also requested it must be banned. But still, I don't know, some restrictions were there. As a parent, as a teacher, we have to check what they are using it, what purpose they are doing it. When they are getting like, there is an one like, there are many people who are depressed because in the beginning they may get more likes, but later if their likes are coming down, they may be depressed. It's one of the cause for mental health problem in future. And we'll go to the next slide, and then you can see, as I told, one of the leading online security application is on Kaspersky Lab. What they done that, what children are using in online. Those who are accessing online, they said that 31% for social networking purpose only they are using it. And you see the number of red color, pornography among the teens, among the teen members, children's. The teen members are around 17% of teen members are using it for pornography alone. Online store, and then remaining the equal number of people are accessing that online for online store. For example, Amazon, Flipkart, Snapdeal, there are many applications are there. And recently I had one advertisement in my Facebook. It's saying that Apple iPhone 11 Pro is on 4,000 only have to pay. And in the given the name, Flipkart website name is there, and all everything is same. And I look into that, the website name is different. Dhamaka deal of Flipkart. That means fake websites were created, and these pop-up windows will become. And we thought that okay, it will be 1 lakh and more than that 1 lakh. If they are getting 4,000, they will pay, and all the data will be taken by them. So we have to be very careful what they are using it. And then webmails and the illegal softwares and the pirated softwares our children are using. And gambling, drugs also were used by children in online. And we have to see here one more data. 68% of children said that their parents never check their online activities. 68% of teen members, children. And here, what are the biggest security threats to kids for the children? Now, see here, what are the things we have to avoid when you getting into that online? Free stuff, when you see anything free, don't go into that. No one will give you free. If you see anything free, just look into that. And messages that looks like from their friends. I think they maybe copy their friend's name and then they will send that, I'm so and so, I'm in trouble, can you send me money? You have to be very careful about that. Offer free music. You can download these videos without paying money. Ringtone, free MP3 songs. If you come to know these, we must be avoid. We have to teach the children, don't use such a websites. And I can say that one of the recent measures taken by that Kerala government, there is an 1 week in a session, 1 week, there is an online safety classes were delivered to the children between the age group 8 to 16 years. They taught them what are the things they can access in online, how they can distinguish the fake news and then real news. And there is a study saying that most of the content which was stored in social media, almost 1/3 of informations are fake. And there is one more study saying that if there is an emotional content, if you are an true Indian, if you are a true Tamilian, you have to share. Such informations are mostly fake informations. And when you see that and there is an accident, you please share, they will get a money. No. We have to use the logic. If you share a message to somebody else, how they will get a money? I'm asking you. No one will give a money. Even if I share to 1,000 people, the person will not get a single money. But what we'll do, we'll share to many people. Earlier, when the WhatsApp was introduced, you can forward the message to n number of groups. I think many of you now you are struggling. You are not able to forward more than 5 groups. It is because that fake news is spread boomingly. That's the reason. And sexting problem is very common among the children. The pornography information and sexual messages were forwarded in that online. You have to be very careful about that. And when they were exposed to that, they're curious to know what is that. Okay. For parents and teens, here some of the things I'm going to share here. Ensure they deleted the photos. For example, if they updated photos, some unwanted photo, if it is there in the profile, just try to delete the photos. And discuss the psychological and legal consequences when they face. For example, you may have the photo of your friend, a boyfriend or girlfriend. If you share it in an online platform, you have to check with that legal consent whether what are the legal things you will do. When you share even the forwarded message, I think you all know that in India, a year back, there are 2 students that just forwarded the message, they were prosecuted. They found that they are guilty because it is a wrong message and then it is violating the norms. You have to be ensured that what are the things they can share, what are the things they should not do. As a parent, as a teacher, we have to teach them. And we have to teach the children, for example, some people are surrounding them, how they use appropriate words, the same way they have to behave in that online platform also. And many children, when they enter into that online platform, they think that our identity cannot be known because they may enter in a fake ID or fake name, but they know that IP address of where this content were transferred. The IT cell people, they know that you only done those things. I think when you watch the Onion movie, it came long back. That movie itself, they are able to find out who has done that. Now it is very easy. Immediately they can able to find out. So we have to be very careful. As a parent, we have to teach them, don't share unnecessary things. Don't forward many of the content unless if you clearly know that, then only you can do that. Some schools have a moderated reporting recruitment and then requirements. For example, when you have some activities happen in your education institution, they given that right that those information you can share and those information you should not share to others. So we have to be very careful. And suppose if you are not able to, I don't know anything else about how I can make my children safe, and there is nothing wrong, you can seek help from that expert. Even if you are not able to, if you are hesitant to ask somebody else, there are 2 websites I can tell you. One is on UNICEF. UNICEF website, you can go to that, and then they given that guidelines for online safety. And another one is CBSE school website, you can find out that's a guideline for online safety. And here is our same thing is for teen. I'm going to the next slide. There is one of the interesting thing I'm going to share here. Game of 72. The teenagers were continuously spend time And they informed with other friends, they said that we must be disappear from the family members and then you have to come back after 3 days. So these were the games they played. False identity are easy to create. Why we have to be very careful when you are using social media? It's very easy. We can create a fake ID. And internet free data are more in numbers. Internet free data. And so many websites to choose from that. When I don't know, there are a lot of websites. I can say one classical example. One of my learned person is on first class in mechanical engineering. First class in mechanical engineering. He lost around 1,20,000 rupees, 1,20,000 rupees. He got a mail from a Hyundai company, and the mail saying that you are shortlisted for the particular supervisor post, and for that you have to pay this much amount. Without expecting anything, he was unemployed for 1 year. Without checking that anything else, he transferred the money, getting money from his parents. And later he came to know that it is a fake website. And then we have to be very careful when you are using online. I know that one person, I can name. Due to the ethical thing, I'm not giving the name, but I can show that person. If you wish, I can connect to that person also. And I can give one more example of my colleague. She completed her PhD and postdoctorate also. She received a call from the person. He is asking, can you send me the OTP? We are calling from the bank. She given the number. Immediately again the person called, ma'am, that number is saying wrong. Now you received a OTP, send me the number. That way she given 8 times. 8 times. And that is, she lost her 40,000 rupees. Even for postdoc. Think about it, who were done a research and then well-educated professor also losing money. Think about the children who are not aware about what is going on in the internet. And not all the information is private. What are the information they are using? Even these informations are copyrighted. I given that in the reference section, I given where I have taken this information. But there are some ethical norms are saying that the slide downside also they were to mention those things. Now some of them are asking me, so when I'm presenting this kind of content where I've taken, I have to mention here. But as I'm admitting, I have mentioned in the end of this presentation. And there are many inappropriate contents, including pornography, very common among the internet when they are using it. Grooming and sexual abuse. When we had a session with Ashwini ma'am, she told that grooming, preparing person for that using pornography and then exploiting them for sexually for later stage. For that they will groom them. First they will ask them to text. They will ask them to speak. And they will at one stage you have to ask them to meet. They will call you, video call, and then they will ask to come to somebody somewhere else, and then they will make you and then exploit you. You have to be very careful. And then when they are using online, if you have the front camera, I can say that, I can say, even if you use on night time, just have a sticker will be there. You can use that, you block that when you are using that. Front camera is very dangerous to you. Without your consent, without your permission, anyone can, they can say that a small message is enough. A single message is enough. They can access your camera. You have to be very careful. And so how we can identify that your children are in a trouble? There are 4 incidents they given. That one is when you watch the teams, they are using computers at a particular time. When you see that when a particular time they're using the computers, you can assume that there's a problem. Second one is they are very secretive when they are using the computers. When you cross them, they may be closed on the content anything. The next one is they are very happy when they are getting off the computer. When they are coming out from the computer, they are very happy, means there is a problem in that online chatting. And if you see that most of the time if they are depressed, these were the symptoms, these were the signs. As a parent, we have to understand that the children are having the problem in that online use. Here, how internet can affect your kids. There are many things. I think many of the parents will say, overuse of gadgets will mean eyesight. There is a problem in your eyesight. There is a strain in your eyes. I can give one example. There is a leading editor in India. Leading editor, when he was sitting for editing a particular movie continuously for 63 hours, he was collapsed and died. You see, the children, when they are playing the games, strain will be there, and there are, when getting into the hospital, they will say that yes, whether your children is spending time on the gadgets. If you say yes, then they will say that we can't do anything. It's a life change only they can able to make a better eyesight. Sitting still for a long period of time, yes, obesity. Then creativity comes down. There only one insomnia, sleeping problem, very predominant among the children. Those are using that online and then gadgets. See, the unwanted image, flashing images will become there, and the game triggering games. The one they're playing, that another game will come, and when they are spending, that muscle strain will be there. Muscle strain will be there, and they are addicted to online games. They are not able to take into the mobile. They feel somewhat they lost something else. What are the social and physical issues? The moral corruption. They will not follow the character and the values in their day-to-day life. Cyberbullying. See, when they see other person in a physical, they may not bully, they may not harass, they may not tease. But at the same time, the same person getting into that another fake ID, they are using cyberbullying. They tease the other people. They use unwanted words in that timeline, and they'll come back. And then you can see that isolation from the family and then friends. You can see that my children, the teenage, are spending most of the time with the mobile phones. They are not spending time with the family members. There are some rules and regulations we are going to see at the end. One of the rule I can say here itself, when you are taking the lunch, dinner, breakfast, these 3 times, no one in your family members should not take any of the gadgets. Even the phone rings, should not take the mobile phone. You have to take such a rules to avoid from the addictions. And then feeling of loneliness, depression, yes, it is very common among the people. Those are, for example, if there is no power, the person will be depressed. And child pornography, there is a very common, that I can say one incident in Vellore, not where, nowhere else, in India, in Tamil Nadu, Vellore district, the children less than 14 years, they tried to molest children with a 12 years old female child. And when they were caught by the police people, they told that how they come to know that they watched the pornography of the child pornography, which motivates them to do that. Think about it, what they are watching. And when the children are more aggressive, when you ask the children to put your phone, then you can see that they are more aggressive in nature. That is an indication they have to address to come out. We have to save our children. The next one is what is the appropriate time for how much time we can spend for on screen. Screen time, you can see that many people say that screen timing, quality screen timing, what is it? Under 2 years old, you should not give mobile to the children. And 2 to 5 years old, not more than an hour. Have to give free, not continuously. At stage, don't give that, less than an hour. And 5 to 18 years, not more than 2 hours screen time is good for health. And you see that most of the leading newspapers, what I'm reading here, in the top, you can see every page top, they put it, before going to bed, don't watch television, don't use your mobile phone. So they given that before 1 hour, before 2 hours, they given that. But here, what is the quality screen timing? 2 hours if the children between 5 to 18 years. If it is more than that, how you can check? There is many applications that monitor for children's time in that mobile phone. There are many applications are there. To download it, as a parent security applications are there. And it will say that how much time spent by your children in that online platform. And it will split down and among social media, how much time he spent, among other websites, how much time he spent. All the information you can get it at the end. In one click, you can able to get it. As a parent, we have to install those applications. And there are one more feature is there. If it is on same network, you can, as a parent, you have the control in your mobile phone. There are such applications also available. I will share you. And here, how do I know if my children is being cyberbullying? I think when there is one professor we call for our webinar, Damanjit Sandhu. She conducted a research with collaboration with few of the universities around the world, and they found that bullying is very common problem among the school children. And the cyberbullying, as I said, when they are physically present, they found that it's less, but in an online platform it is increased. There are 65% of 8 to 14 years old have been involved in cyberbullying. See, 65%. And girls are more likely than the boys to be target of cyberbullying. Girls are more target than the boys. And and you can see that they are obsessed to taking the text, whether if there is an, just now you may hear a sound, that the sound is called, there is a pop-up, there is a even notification. I can give one example here, friends, my experience. See, and, if you receive a message, there is a message sound will come in your mobile phone. Ting sound will come. Okay. So what I have done after getting some one of my friend is there in IT company. I asked him how I can disable those things. I have done security, everything I was disabled, and after 2 days, I found that again it is the application itself it is disabled. Very shocking. In my setting, I have not changed anything at all. For 2 days, I'm not receiving any notification. After 2 days, I can see that continuous notifications. See, there are somewhere they can able to access your mobile phone remotely. We have to understand that. The next one is frequent nightmares. It is very predominant among the children that because of cyberbullying, they may thought that anytime they may come and harass me. Feeling of helplessness. And there is a low in that self-esteem. You can see that there's a problem among the children. And difficulty in sleeping. Declining grades, avoiding social situations, not wanting to go to the schools. If you see that the children are not willing to go to the school, then you can find out that maybe a chances of bullying. And the children are avoiding using mobile phone and then tablet, the computer devices, and then you can assume that there may be chances of cyberbullying. So these were the things related to cyberbullying. If you come to know that the children are having cyberbullying, what you can do? Talk with your children about cyberbullying. What is cyberbullying, how the others will behave, how you can report to the parents, how you can report to the school members. And suppose if you are on a social media, you were a cyberbullied, and then you can report the person to that particular service provider. And that management also, there are some experts will be there. You can get this information to that particular person. And child helpline numbers are there. You can make them, and then they will give us some inputs. See, we have to be very safeguarded by ourselves to away from that cyberbullying. So we have to be secured when you are using that online platforms. And here the precautions, what are the precautions we are going to make? And then after this, I'm going to give that UNICEF given guidelines. There are 10 to 15 slides will be there. Be careful where you click. See, when you are using that in online platform, and when you see something, and you may thought that some of the pop-up window will come. Instead of closing, then it will not allow you. Unless if you okay, then it will allow you. It will ask you allow to use your information, your locations, and what are the things which you have browsing history, all the information. You have to be very careful. Don't allow those things. Don't get caught by phishing. And there are some messages like same as I said, my friend got into that Hyundai company. Likewise, there are original company like that. They will pop-up window come. Be careful about those. And the password, and the interesting thing is, and there are many passwords are easily identifiable. We have to be very careful, and we have to use that complex password. And watch out scams. What are the scams are going on in and around? Be careful about plugins. There are some people you can plugins, the video downloader app they will install. When you install some application, they will ask you, privacy, can you allow, you will say allow, okay, then all the information will be taken. And check your mobile phone if it is on more than 10 applications and your information are gone to many of the people. Be careful about the word free. If you found anywhere else, there is a free. And go to the website, secured websites only. Use secured Wi-Fi. There are many people are using public Wi-Fi. There are comments from that expert that saying that don't use public Wi-Fi. And if you come to know that there are free Wi-Fi, don't use it. Use monitor applications. There are applications will say that how much time you spend it and how much time there is a security lapses are there in your mobile phone. It will say that yes, there is a lapse. Use those things. And we have to educate ourselves. What are the good things we can do? What are the bad things are available in the net? How we can safeguard from those unwanted things. And we have to be very honest discussion with the people. Open discussion. We have to use it. And don't give personal information to anybody else. Prevent the children use unnecessary information, unnecessary websites. And then if you have that time, use that web software to keep your children's activities in an online platform. Use online internet security as well as antivirus. And children's, whatever they're using, you just interact with them at the end of the day. Have you found anything unwanted thing? How would you like to share? You ask them, they may share with you. And here are some of the applications. As a parent, you can use it for monitoring your safety of your children. The Monitor app, Cyber Patrol, K9 web protection, web safety in this sense. These were the 4 applications are you can use it for safety of your children in online. And here, I think we are talking about the negative effect. There are positive effects also there by using the children are spending online. One is online games improves that teamwork and creativity among the children. It improves both visual intelligence and then eye-hand coordinations. And there are some children those are having problem with the CB, and this technology will help them to improve that fine motor skills. And there is an you can see the children's more access to the internet. They can discriminate what is good, what is bad. The children will say that that these things are good. This website is a reliable website, and then these informations are not reliable. And where you can get the reliable information? All information you can come to know when the children are using that online platform. And children's do better in academically because they are getting more advanced information. That is, as a teacher, I can see that when I'm in front of my students, I have to be very careful what I'm saying. And they come to know that, okay, this person is giving the reliable information or not. Immediately after 2 minutes, they will say that. So these are the positive effects. I think it is a very less in numbers when compared to the negative ill effect of the online uses. And here, be smart, stay safe. Okay. Don't give personal information in the online platform. Don't meet up. For example, if you meet strangers in an online platform, even if they are close friends for more than 2 years, don't meet them up. Even if you're a teenager, you have to inform the children. And accepting the files, you have to be very careful. If there is an attachment, download this. For advanced software, for keys, don't download those things. Check the reliable, whether you can, this website is a reliable one or not. And if you feel uncomfortable, inform to somebody else, even it may be your family members or it may be your teachers or your friends. Be smart. And here, I'm going to take another 10 minutes about that online safety tips given by UNICEF. So as of now, I collected from the different sources. I given that what are the ill effect, what are the problem we encountered, what are the precautions we can see. And here you can see that strategies given by that UNICEF to safeguard our children from that online threats. Here one, you can see that separate account you have to create in your computer. Separate account. Create separate profile or account in your computer. Why these things? Because child monitoring, these things you can able to do that. The core administrator only allowed to access all the information. When you create another account, the children having the limited access to the content. They want to download, it will ask them. They may not download unnecessary applications, and they cannot install in our computer. It may be take all the information whatever we are entering, we are charting, we are mailing. And when you create separate account or profile for them in a computer, you will avoid inappropriate information, and it will track that online activities. What are the websites that we can, as a moderator, you can able to find out where they visited, what are the content they accessed, and what are the files they were downloaded. You can able to find out. And one more thing, don't create account in social media. I'm setting account in that computer. In computer, you can see the home account will be there, and then guest will be there, and then create account for your children. These you can create. Don't create account in that social media for your children. Have to be very careful. And for example, live streaming videos are going on. Don't allow your children to participate in that live streaming videos. Live video applications are inappropriate for the children. It's not appropriate for the children. They doesn't know which one is proper. I can say that there are few incidences when Zoom was introduced. In the classroom, there are members who were participated. They shown that nude pictures. Think about it. It may happen, and we have to don't allow them to open the video when they are participating in the online classroom. Just ask them to mute, unless if it is on classrooms that are closed group members only accessible. Then you can go to that. If it is open to many people, then you have to be very careful about using the live streaming. The next one is YouTube, and many of them we are having that YouTube for entertainment. Yes, there are some. For example, when we are updating this content in YouTube, it will ask whether this is for adult or for kids. Kids mean it will check the content, and then after verifying the content whether it is reliable for the children, they can watch. Then only they will upload it in that component. So hereafter, what you can do when the children are accessing YouTube, go to them, allow them to use only YouTube Kids. There the applications. Delete the YouTube existing YouTube in your mobile phone or laptop or your tablet, install that YouTube Kids. It will allow them only access that quality content and the safety content. It will show age appropriate content only to the children. And these versions available for desktop versions also. If you are not having a mobile phone, you can the children can access the computers and the laptop. Desktop versions also available. You can download it and then install it. And again, the screen time, as I said, not more than 2 hours. And screen time monitoring, there are many applications are there. It will monitor how much time spent on particular applications. It will say everything. And what are the things you can make, as I said in the beginning, the dining time, don't allow the children use, even the family members, because they are taking role model. When you use it, they say that you are using, why don't you allow me to use the mobile phones? And no games more than 1 hour, not more than 1 hour. Yes, if their children are forcing and then they can allow to play the game, not more than 1 hour. Make a agreement with the children, then only you can allow them to use the screens. And here, technology for good thing. Yes, there are many good things are available in technology. When the last presentation were made, Mr. Krishnan was asked me, there are ill effects are there when you are using. Yes, I accept it. But at the same time, there are good things also there. We can learn. There are one children around 8 years old. He is teaching to many people in European countries. Coding. He is teaching what he is teaching. He is teaching the coding. And there is another children around 13 years. He is teaching ME. Masters in engineering. For that student, he is teaching engineering concepts. So these facilities, there are good things are there. We can allow the children to use those components. That is a good thing. And here, building trust. When you interact with your children, you have to make a trust. And then what other thing you can converse in online. Engage the conversation with your children. First, you have to trust. Okay, I agree with you. Whatever thing you are doing, it is. You want to deviate from that ethical norms. You have to inform them and then build a trust and then give the real picture about that harmfulness of the other side of the online platform, online environment. And if possible, at the end of the day, ask the children what is the good thing you learned from that internet sources, what are the bad thing you experienced today. And here age limits, and then you can see some of the applications are age appropriate, and then you have to check whether this content is for 18 plus, or whether this content is for 12 years, or whether this content is for less than 12 years. You check that and then allow them use the applications, even the applications also. And they will say that age appropriate applications you have to check and then allow them. Parental control, you have to use it. If the children are using online applications or any other online website, parental control you have to make it. The next one is know the rules. Here is one show me. Ask your children, what are the content? Whenever you ask them, they have to show them. And don't use them to private setting. Just ask them what they are doing, who is your friend in that online. Check the photos, what they were uploaded. And don't worry, inform them, don't worry. If you found anything worried about it, inform what you experienced. So these were the thumb rule you have to inform to the children. And then even the social media platform or online platform, you have to ask them, you have to enforce these rules. The next one is stranger is danger. You have to understand that there are many cases we can say that. So inform the children what are the consequences they face when they meet the strangers. And sometimes they may lot of problem they may get it unwantedly. Unwanted problems may happen with the strangers. Online threats, there are, I think many of you know that there are many online threats is there. You have to tell your children, you have to talk to your children what are the online threats are there. And say that some of them, I can say one thing. As I said, one of the, like Flipkart, like Amazon, same website will be there. Flipkart.com will be there. It is a mask website. They can say the mask URL. URL masking. URL masking means I have the mask here. Likewise, they are having the different URL, but they use the URL of that original one. And when you check it, and then when you get into that, it may be the mark sale, it will come. And they will, all the information they will take out from you. They will ask you, enter your name. For coupon, you have to enter your card. You will take only $1, but what you will get $500. You have to be very careful about what they are using in that. Unwanted behavior in the social media. Yes. And bonding activities. And what are the other way you can engage children in that? I think there are, I said, YouTube Kids, and then some of the good movies, you know that there are some websites you can imagine. Discovery channels, Discovery Science. There are many education channels are there. You can watch with your children and spend some quality time with your indoor games. You can play with your chess. You can play as a two members in your cartridge. You can play. Likewise, there are many other games are there. And if you don't know some of the skills, how to use, how to type, how to design, you can ask the person who knows and then learn those skills. So these were the activities you can do with the online platform. And family agreement. This is a very important thing. Here is a model I given that how online safety agreement for the family members. You can download it. Is there available in the Google? When you type it, you can get it. Online games. I think many of us read the agreement. I think I can say that 99% we will not read the agreement. We will agree. We'll go to the scroll down. We'll go to the agree, and we don't know what information they are giving to that information to the website members. So we have to be very careful those things. And then as a parent, you have to make an agreement with your children when you are using online. What are the things you will use? Make it. And what are the time you should not use? Enforce those things. If it is unnecessary more than 2 hours for academic purpose, you allow the children. I think nowadays in the lockdown period, I can say that for my children, he is spending around 3 to 4 hours in a day for learning purpose in a school. The online classroom and then submitting assignment, he is spending 4 hours. And we can adapt, but not suddenly we cannot adapt to that new experiences. But gradually, you can take that 3 hours, 2 hours, 2.5, you have to increase. Later only you can take at a stage if you take, then you will feel more tired. And then many of my friends are asking how you are conducting webinars for more than 60 days at a stage. Will you get tired or not? That is why I'm on my team. Core team are here. I would like to thank them. Because of them, it is very successful. So here another few tips I'm going to give to the parents. What are the things they can do? Be informed, up to date, and then alert. Parent, you have to be informed. And the children, what are the things you are allowed to access? What are the things you are not supposed to? Know the tools and risk, rules and regulations you have to study. What are the tools the children are using? Just go to them and then inform them what are the area they can access, what are the area they should not use it. Tell to the children. Use online production tools. There are security measures are there. If we enable security measures, it will allow, for example, cookies don't allow, it will not allow. In private setting, security settings are there in your all the website browsing center. For example, if you are using Chrome, go to that setting, private setting, security setting, enable them, all the security features. Double check of your password. This is very, very important. When your online transactions happening in that online mode, ensure that one-time OTP is necessary. One-time OTP is very important. If you are not able to access, then you are losing all the money. I can say one day you will lose your money. And those are not having money, don't worry about it. You can share all the information. And use online, encourage the critical thinking. For example, if they are getting into some information, they have to use whether this information will be real or fake. Ask yourself. Then only confirm them, then you can pass it to somebody else. And set up your internet for safe use. Safety use, there are safe use is there. You can enable those things, and then it will be only reliable websites only come there. Unreliable and then unsignature websites you cannot see. That are one of my students who told me that block sites. There, I don't know whether I'm giving the right name. Block sites mean there you can get a flesh of human beings. Even you can get a AK-47, all the information you can get it. So these kind of information is there in that internet. We have to be very careful and learn about social networking. What is the appropriate social networking cues, attributes, character you have to teach the children. Understand the games and applications. What are the games are good? What are the games? Some of the games are addictive in nature. For example, if you take a cocaine, what are the dopamine to stimulate in your brain? The same kind of stimulation will be there when you use some of the games. They are addicted to the games. Gaming addiction is very predominant, and I can say that in future there will be a more mental health professionals to deal with these kind of problems. I can say, I can say that. And then understand that online violence. Yes, they will say that just going there, they will say that some road words when you are presenting something. You have to be very careful. You have to be away from those people. And then trust, invest time, monitor and educate your children. As a parent, what you have to do, You have to trust your children. Yes, you are using the content for appropriate purpose, for protective purpose only, academic purpose only. And watch the time, monitor what they are doing, and educate them. What are the things are good, what are the things are bad. Many parents are not doing it. Go and do that. And if they come to know the problem only, then only they come. I don't know anything about it. Think about the uneducated parents. See, educated means those who are able to read and write, and then they can do simple calculation. That is an educated people. I'm saying that education, literate in technology literate, techno literate. Techno literate means you can able to use your computer, you can able to type, and then you can send. I can use the application. That means you are techno literate. There are many parents are literate, well educated, but they are techno illiterates. So we have to be educated. We have to be educate ourselves to teach our children how to save in the online platform and practice what you preach. See, when you say the children don't spend much time on the online platform, but you use your mobile phone for more than 2 hours, then they will say that, okay, he will use. Why are you asking? You keep away your mobile, then I will keep away my gadgets. Then you say you can use it. So what you say, you have to be followed. So holistic. The next year, some of the techniques, I'm quickly educate your kids about the online dangers. So the good example of internet ethics. And what are the good things we can do? I think many of you know that email was invented by Tamilian Indian called Ayathurai. So here, so you can allow the children to use for a good purpose. Install the child-safe internet browsers. The browsers are there which will allow. I can say that DuckDuckGo. There are some websites are there as per my knowledge. It is an security features are more to enable it, and then it will not lead you to unwanted blogs on websites. And keep yourself certain apps. You have to say that no, these applications are not appropriate for you. Say very frankly to the children. For that, as a parent, as a teacher, we have to know what is appropriate applications. Very simple. There are, I think you can able to access internet. Google it. Reliable websites. How we can identify reliable websites? There are articles are there. They're given that simple checklist. You just found out the checklist. If those things are there, then you can allow the children to use, even for website as well as for applications. And here, the gaming applications, they have to be monitored and then limit the access of children. And then if they are addicted, it's very difficult to come out from the problem. Blue whales, Momo, there are many applications are there. TikTok is an addicted games only. And create separate account. I think we have seen that it is given by UNESCO also. There is a VPN. See here, use VPN for online privacy and security. See, if you are not using VPN, and your detail will be known to many people. For example, many of you wonder when you search something. For example, I want to purchase a car. Okay, I searched comparing the car. I may have an idea in my mind. This car are A or B. What I will do, I want to search in a computer which one is best. So I will go to the few websites and then comparison will come. And immediately after that, you can see when I'm checking my mail, there is a pop-up window will come. The car advertisement will come. How they come to know that I have looking for a car? See, when you search something in that online platform, all the information will be, when you type it, it is gone to the person. You are the claim for them. The data is, information is wealth, as said by Sendil. There's a movie in Boys. Information is wealth. In online platform, information is wealth. See, all the information, whatever searching is going to somebody else and they are using it for their purpose. You have to be very careful. So there are free VPNs are there, and it is you have to check with that. There are some paid VPNs are there. As a parent, nothing, not more than 500 rupees in India. You can purchase and then use it in your paid VPNs. It will protect your all the information. Okay. So what it will do, I discussed with one of my techie relative. He told me that when you use VPN, for example, if your information will be connected to only one that side, no one can infiltrate and then say that which information you are looking for. So that is the benefit. And keep information private. Don't open up. All the information are public. You can see that in the Facebook and other things. Public means if you want to share some education material, you can do that education. If you share the photo and other things, use it private. And be careful what you're sharing online. There are many children are not aware about what they post. And every 5 minutes they will post a selfie. So I can say that Instagram, Instagram, they are using it for that. And always log off. Remember that when you're using online, many people, they will close and then come back. I will say that don't close and come back. Just what you have to log off from that or sign out from that and then come back. It's very good for that. Every time you have to sign in. Don't lazy about it. Check your settings. As I said in the beginning, check your online security settings. And don't forget your activities and anti-spyware activities. Right? It will say that what are the threats are there, where you can, that it will monitor and then say that if you found that if any applications installed were having that spyware, try to remove it. If you are not able to remove, and then contact some of the experts over. Never agree with someone you never talked online personally. See, when we can speak number of persons in online, don't meet them unless if you know about them, getting reliable information from any other friends. Then only you can meet. Otherwise, don't meet as a teen, as a children, you don't know about that. And way to download. There are many people are download here for your free applications. Don't download. It may be paid version somewhere else. But if it is on free, means they may track you somewhere else. For example, the new movie, Torrent and other new movie websites are there. When you want to download, it will lead to somewhere else and then it will collect all the information. Going one after another, one after another. And I'm stop here. I think there are few same repeated points only. I hope I given some information what I know to you. I hope it will helpful for your safety of your children as well as your safety when you are using that online mode. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you all. Thanks so much. Yes, Veena. Now.
Thank you so much, sir. That was a wonderful presentation and the need of the hour as well. And I think a few parents are sitting with their children so that it will be useful for them as well. That shows the importance of this topic. Thank you so much. And we have got a lot of positive feedbacks from the audience as well. And a few are waiting with their questions.
Yes.
So first question would be from Sukita Rani. Ma'am, can you please go ahead with your question?
I think there is no audio. Sukita Rani, there is no audio in her name. I think even the next person also.
Is also. Yeah, Mahalakshmi, ma'am.
Yes, you can. They can unmute themselves. They can ask. I will make them allow them to unmute themselves. Hariksha. Yes. I am very tired. You call them.
Yes.
I think more than 100 messages.
1 second.
See, there is one. I think one of my friends, he given that in February 14th, I have received a message, and they were chatting in that privately. When they were decided to meet them, they came to know that both of them were husband and wife.
Yeah, that was from
So one incident. There is one more incident.
Thank
Even
you.
the brother and sister also. Yes.
1 second.
Thank you, sir. Balbinder, sir. Yes, PPT will be shared in that all the.
Welcome, sir. Welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
One second, sir. I'm checking for the questions because lot of thank you is there, so I'm not able to find the questions.
Yes.
One question from Kumar. Sir, what do you think about the Zoom app?
Yeah, I think there are two editions I have gone. Before we are conducting this webinar, we have gone through some of the safety measures of Zoom application. Ministry of Home Affairs and then online safety, there are 3-4 associations, they given the guidelines how we can use securely the Zoom applications. When we were using the Zoom application in the beginning, we also had some problem. I can admit it. But when you learn it how to use properly, that is a good thing. And yes, there are all the information. When you create an account in Zoom application, it is an owner is in China, so all the information may be taken by them. The security threats always there. And one more thing I will tell you, there are a few cases. Snowden, I think many of you know, he accessed all the content in US highly secret information. You take an Assange, there are two persons are there, they access that highly secured information. Singapore, they access highly secured information, and we are nothing. I think if they are decided to take your information, they can take and then they can do anything. And there are many movies, and they given that they can take your identity, and they will make you as an unknown person. There is one movie, Korean movie, Facebook.
Irumbuthrai.
Yes, ma'am. Irumbuthrai, and then Facebook also. There's a movie name. They given that very clearly. The person interacting with them with self, and she was not found for 72 hours. The same incident, what we discussed in my presentation. I think there are no questions.
No, sir.
Sir, I have a question.
No, we have questions. I'm going to call Malarkodi ma'am. Yeah, ma'am, please.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. It was a wonderful presentation. The highlight is you gave us tips also, like how to do it.
Thank you.
Just not leaving us with a threat that makes it, very insecure. So the tips are very good, sir. The question is, when we meet children who are addicted, okay, they show a lot of aggressive behavior. So how do you counsel them? What there are a lot of techniques available. So what do you generally use to counsel children, sir? Like this.
Ma'am, I can give one thing I given in my presentation itself, an ideal role model to children. That is the best thing. Second one is, definitely when you take a mobile from them, if they are watching a video, some video, children's video, when you ask them to shut down and then come and take a food, they will highly aggressive. There are one of the session on behavioral problem of children is on outburst will be there among the children. When you ask them to stop to play online games, yes, it is very common. And only way you can say that, ask them to drink water for relaxation, to cool down the person. Second one is relaxation techniques. These where you can teach the children. That is why I can give one example. My eldest son had a aggressive problem, temper tantrum. So what we given training to them, and there are two ways. One is an engagement in that music. So engagement in music. Another one is meditation classes. These were making them to cool, to come out, cope with aggressive behavior. I hope this one will be useful for you also.
Yeah. Thank you, sir.
Yes. Next question is Pinehome, if I am not wrong.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I'm Dr. Pakma.
Yeah.
I'm a clinical psychologist from Shillong.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. So actually, I recently came across these children who, in the name of assignments, instead of doing their assignments, they tell their parents that they're doing their assignments, but actually they're doing online games like PUBG and all that.
Yes.
So how do we as parents come to know that whether children are really doing their assignments or they're doing their PUBG?
No, it is, there is one application is there, ma'am. Parent monitoring applications. There are, you can, in Google, you can search top 5 parental applications. It will monitor your children's activity in your mobile phone. Even your children say that I'm using this mobile phone for assignment only. At the end, you can go to that application. It will split out time spent by your children on what are the applications and what are the website your children spend time. So those applications you can install. I will do one thing. I will share one of the applications what I'm using here. Track your time in online. Track. I will say track, TRAK.
Okay.
So that application I'm using it will tell me that if I'm using excessive time, there is a beeps and continuously will come.
Okay.
So that kind of application you can install and then allow your children, at the end of the day, just log into that application and it will give your report card. So he spent 5 hours in a day. Today he spent 5 hours. Among 5 hours, 3 hours he spent in these applications, and it will very clearly mention. Then you can easily find out where he spent most of the time. So I will share in that WhatsApp group also. That link I will share you what I'm using for me.
Yeah. Okay, sir. Yeah, please share that, and I have given my email address there.
Yes.
Share your PPT also, sir. Thank you so much. Yeah.
Sridevi Padma ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening, sir. The session was so good. I have a question. I have the app lock and game lock, all these things I have. Even though I have locked, he finds some tricks to unlock and place it. I don't know how he knows, and I'm not able to track what he's doing.
Yeah. Hey, I can give one classical example from my family. My younger brother's daughter, she is less than 2 years. See, he given that face lock, fingerprint lock, and all number lock. It is on 8 numbers. There is an one system. He come to know that he will not give the numbers to her. And one day he found that when you press 3 times in the same button, both on button and another button, it will unlock you, ma'am. Any mobile phone, it will unlock you.
Oh, okay.
It is shocking for me to know that it is known to less than 2 years old children. Yes, they know the tricks, how to come open, even without having your face lock, your fingerprint and anything, they can able to open up.
How to avoid that, sir?
Ma'am, and that you have to ensure that few more security features, and then you have to try to keep your mobile phone somewhere safely.
Okay, sir. I'm doing that only. Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Yes. Next question is from Ananya Lakshmi. Ananya, can you please go ahead with your question?
Hello, sir. Firstly, it was a wonderful session.
Thank you, Ananya.
And sir, I have this question. I have worked as a school psychologist, and I have heard teens tell that my parents don't care about me, and why suddenly they are checking my private things like my cell phone. I'm using it for my own stuff, I'm messaging to my friends and all those things. It's not that I'm not doing anything wrong. Why are they not trusting me in certain things? And I really don't know how parents actually can do checking and other things in a very non-threatening way. Can you help us out with this, sir?
I think it is a right question, Ananya. I'm happy with your question. I think you have keenly observed the parents and the current problem. See, why the children are not allowing parents to watch their mobile phones? If they are using appropriate activities, and they can show that, yes, you can see. Am I right? They are using it for unwanted websites, and if they are going into unwanted things only, they will not allow the parents. They will get angry. They have to understand there is a problem. And one more thing, there is a problem among the parents also. The reason is unconditional love is the only way. Given that when you want to get access of your children's mobile phone, you have to develop a trust. Then only you can able to get the phone and then access the content of your children's mobile phone. Otherwise, you are not able to get. I can say that they will not allow you. And there is another way you can say that I given. It is on same network. There is an application. There are few applications are there. You need not to access your children's mobile phone. The family pack is there. As a parent mobile phone, you can monitor what they are using. So try to use those kind of applications. And there are parenting applications are there. For example, your children's phone number and everything you have to buy in your name. And then common platform, you can use it as a core. You can access where the mobile is, how much time they are spending. You can access it from your mobile phone without getting access of your children's mobile phone. That facility is available.
Yes, sir, now again, if they find out, then the problem is that they again going to turn against the parents, and they will find a new way to solve problem. As you rightly told, first the children can be helped right now, sir. Like all the protection thing that you told, children and base under like we frame ground rules kind of thing, which helps. But with teens, I don't know. I'm not very sure. Even if they find out, it is going to become a very big problem and problem with. No, sir. I'm sorry.
See, I can give one example. There are the online safety forum. They given that guideline that psycho education about online safety. See, you have to give a frequent awareness program among the children. So this will help them, and you have to give this education to the parent also. How you can monitor your children trustworthy, genuinely, how you can build a rapport, and then how you can access, enable your children to use properly. This education must be given to parents as well as children appropriately in a consistent manner. There are print media. I can give one newspaper, Hindu. The Hindu. I found that once in a week there is a column, a small column, internet safety measures, safety tips. Given in a small column, you can find out, and then you collect it and then use it by yourself. If you are not, this is the role of the counselor. When you are in a school, you are doing a school counseling. That is your role. In annual plan, you have to make it every quarter. You have to conduct awareness program to the parents, awareness program to the children. So that's the way you can able to make them to understand.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Ananya. Thank you, sir. Now I would request Akshay Lakshmi to place to give the feedback, and Subhashri ma'am to place vote of thanks and also ask her question. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the question. I'm really
Yeah.
thankful that I got an opportunity to thank Suresh Kumar sir. And the feedback part, if you ask me, I will keep on saying, I will say. As a student, like myself and a few of my friends had also sat together and spoke about your PPT presentations. The background work that you have done for us, all the references and all the pictures, and especially your PPT and the unique explanations with like simple, understandable things you say is really helpful for us to actually not only understand in the for a learning state, but we also follow it in our life. So I'm really thankful for all the presentations in the back, like 3 years back also, and now also. Thank you so much.
I will say one here. I think you all made me to prepare a PPTs. I can say that earlier I'm not a person who used to prepare a PPT. I will use only mind map in the classroom. See, when some of the students, they ask me, you have to give me a PPT. So that is the day which motivate me, and then I can, some of your seniors, some of your classmates, they given that idea how we can, the contrast color of PPTs. I learned from you only. Thank you.
And always the way you appreciate us, it always made us to grow. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Akshaya. And yes, Subhashri ma'am, can you please place the vote of thanks?
Yes. Yeah, my question, Suresh, it was an awesome presentation on cyber security. And moreover, I think it is more for adult rather than children. Adults require such a kind of security also.
Yeah,
because I could see that a lot of people just get into Facebook and they don't even look into that norms, and they just in fact I don't actually look into, I don't take care of that and all. I used to think that what a big shot I am, who will going to track me and all other things, and I'm very careless about all that. Now it gave me a great insight for me. If I don't practice, how I'm going to inculcate with my child.
Sure.
That's a great insight for me. And moreover, I came across this child abuse. I could see that a lot of parents who is not actually taking care of it. This is one major thing is why people are getting into online is attention seeking behavior. They are not getting enough recognition hunger, that they don't take it, they don't get it from their parents.
Rightly pointed out, ma'am. You are right. Yes.
Either the love languages of anything is not being taken care with the family atmosphere, so they say it, they actually get it from outside, so that strokes they are longing for, so they easily get connected. I have seen a lot of, I would like to share one incident here. One of the young adult has been in a very adventurous girl. She has been to a solo trip. You might be knowing about what is solo trip. They go alone and they it's an explorative thing. This girl was posting everything as a live in the Facebook, and there were 3 people following her without her knowledge, and she was being gang raped, and she was being thrown into the valley, and it was a great shock for the entire people. She's a very, very smart girl, but she couldn't even think of this kind of. So we as a parent are required to know about the security and safety. And I could see that a lot of parents need to really look into one thing is about appreciating, and also appreciating there is an age appropriate behavior. They will get attracted to opposite sex while they were in adolescent, then their hormones are working actually. We should be actually allowing them and talk to them friendly, so it won't be an hindrance for them. So my question is for you, it's about this online security. If I'm using a Zoom app using my phone, is that my account details or something would be tracked by them?
Ma'am, one of the expert, I can say that Vinod Kumar is there. He is my online friend. he told me that if you have account in any one of the online thing, you are not secure. You are not secure. Even you have the
Okay, in that case, we are doing NIFT. We are doing NIFT transfer, and we are doing Google Pay. Is it not secured one?
Not secured, ma'am. Not secured. But one way you can ensure, some extent you can make you secured. Some extent, only the one thing, one-time OTP that you can enable. And another one is security features. For example, in your face unlock, you have to make it for your online transaction.
Okay,
fingerprint you have to enable. So these things you can make it. It may not be used by anybody else. That is the thing. And as per the experts, as I said, even the document which were kept in high security area in US security, it was taken and it was spreaded around the world. And then we have to think about it, how security measures we are having. We are not spending much amount for even for antivirus.
Yes, yes. I used to think about this. Yeah, I used to think about this. So, thank you so much for the wonderful session. We wholeheartedly thank you. We are grateful to you for this initiative, Suresh. Yes. It was a seed sown by you, and we are actually traveling with you. The journey is wonderful. We all really cherish this learning experience. This particular presentation, I really congratulate you because you are the apt person for this. And I also thank the Department of Psychology, American College, for this wonderful initiative from them. And I could see that a lot of collaboration is taking up, and I'm very happy for this process and progress. And as a core team member also, we all feel proud to be associated with you. And we also would like to support and extend our support as much as possible. Thank you so much. And the participants are the real strength for our program. Yes. They have been continuously watching us. They have been supporting us. They have been giving a lot of feedback, and they have been recognizing us throughout. And as a team, we are really grateful to the participants for their wonderful contribution to keep this momentum on. We can actually create a spark, but somebody has to light throughout, that the participants are taking care. I thank each and everyone who is participating, as well as the core team, as well as Dr. Suresh and the Department of Psychology, American College. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, Shubha ma'am. Participants, kindly send your feedback and queries to mywebinarfeedback@gmail.com. We will meet with another wonderful session tomorrow. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Good night.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.